Hey everyone, Notpongkong here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I would do some character concept art. So first of all, I'm just going to get the character's design out of the way, and the way I'm doing this is I'm just taking basic human elements, like the shape of the torso somewhat, and the arms and legs, but I'm adding other things, like alien things about them. Also the way that his shoulders muscles come up way up into the back of his head, sort of. Makes him look a little bit reptilian or amphibious almost, I think. And give him some spikes on his arms and stuff. And this is just generically fleshing out what the character will look like. This is just like running things over in my head. I kind of already knew what I wanted before I began. So I'm just working out his jaw, where his mouth will be positioned and stuff like that. And right there I just went in and I made another layer and just selected the green for my brush, colored underneath the initial drawing, and now I've gone into image adjustments and then color balance, and I changed the green around to a more browny orangey color. And I do it again there. And see, right now I'm just cleaning up some of the lines and making sure that it's a more refined picture. And now I'm going to switch between them a little bit, clean it up, and then fuse the layers. Now this is one single layer with the drawing and the color on it together. So now I can edit the whole thing as a whole rather than as two individual pieces. So I set him up, and I copy him a couple times. I get rid of his spines on one of them, and what I do is I use Command-Shift-U to change his color to black and white, and that's the easiest way to do it because you keep all the shading, and then you make a layer above that, and then you go over to the side panel next to the opacity, and you click it to overlay, so the color on top will act as if you're just painting over black and white, but it keeps the shading. So if you're wondering how I did that, that's exactly how I did it. So you don't have to reshade the same picture over and over. And this is me just doing some ideas for armor and stuff like that. I don't quite settle on the armor. I think it's just easier in the end to do some portraits of them afterwards and give them different helmets. So what I do, I lower the opacity and just start drawing over his head the same way I drew the initial sketch, just with a black and white, and then I start shading it. Then I do the exact same thing. I put it into black and white, and then I add the other layer over top and put an overlay on it, so that I'm just coloring basically a black and white image and keeping all the shading in the same spot. You'll see a really good example here with this guy, because you see what I do is I color him in a grayscale, make it a very black and white image, go to overlay, and then every color I add on over top of it essentially matches up with all the shading I just did. And then this final design I settle on here, this is something I've always wanted to do. It's a design I've always had in my head with this very tribal looking headpiece to it. Honestly inspired a lot by the Halo series, how the elites and the brutes always had this sort of this setting to them. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to color it all black and white, make sure the whites are in the right spot, and I just do an overlay and add in the colors. So I hope this video helped you guys out, and have a good day.